Good morning everyone. Today I'm going to tell you about Sudha Murthy. So let's get started. Sudha Murthy is an Indian educator, author and a philanthropist. She is the chairperson of Infosys. She is married to the co-founder of Infosys, N.K. Narayan Murthy. She is a brilliant writer. I loved her books, and she also got Padma Shri, the fourth highest civilian award of India. I love reading her books, as I told you before. It is just amazing. I love her books because of its interesting plots, superb stories, and lovely illustrations. So let me take you through the journey of my books that I have read of Sudha Murthy. So, this is the book Sudha Murthy, The Bird with the Golden Wings. This is a very special and a unique book, and there are many stories in this book, and I love reading this book. This is a very thin book, but when you will read this book, you will want to read more stories of this book, more like these stories. This is Sudha Murthy's The Magic of the Lost Temple. This is one whole story is in one whole book, means that there are not different stories. There is only one long story on this book, but it's very interesting because it's about a girl who found a stepwell, and it will tell you how she found a stepwell, why she found a stepwell, and where did she got the information about that stepwell. So please read this book. It's very amazing. I would suggest you to read all the books of Sudha Murthy, as many as you can. There are many books of Sudha Murthy's. This is Sudha Murthy, The Serpent's Revenge, Unusual Tales from Mahabharata. This is a very special book because in this book we can read the stories of Mahabharata in very easy way. Because reading in Mahabharata, I was feeling very difficult in reading the Mahabharata. So I read this book, and due to interesting plot, I loved reading this story, and I love the last pages of this book too. Like, this is about all the lunar dynasty. These are all the things that have been in Mahabharata. It's very informative. In first time you would feel a little difficult to read this, but after 2-3 days, or you would take some days if you have just started reading, but you would understand it, and if you read it regularly, you will just learn it. And whenever someone will ask you, you will just quickly tell the answer. So that's why I like this page. And here, these are the glossary. I hope you all know the meaning of glossary. Meaning of glossary is word meanings. So these are some words that are not in English, that you cannot find in dictionary. So the meaning of these words are given in very detailed manner. So that's why you can know about these words more effectively. And this is the book Sudha Murthy, The Magic Drum, and the other favorite stories. This is also a very good book. I have read it and I like this book a lot. And then the book Sudha Murthy, How I Taught My Grandmother, Read, and Other Stories. So this is a very special book. I also like this book, and this is my mother's favorite book of Sudha Murthy. She loved this book a lot. She said that this is my favorite book. And this is Sudha Murthy, Grandmother's Bag of Story. This is my first ever book that I have read of Sudha Murthy. When I got the reading list from my school, this book was mentioned, and my father said, Sudha Murthy is a very great writer. You should read one of her books. So my father bought me this book, and I read it, and I loved this book. And that's why I started to read more books of Sudha Murthy. So, if you haven't read the books of Sudha Murthy, then just you read one and then see what will happen. You'll just crave for more books. You'll say, I just want more books. And like this, how you will become a reader. If you start on with Sudha Murthy, you'll go on with many writers, many. So, if you don't read books, so then start reading it. Reading book is a very good hobby. I love it. Thank you. And I hope you will read one book of Sudha Murthy. And if you will read it, you know you will crave for more and you will become a reader. Thank you.